G'day everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm going to just go through my Thrifty Thursday haul, but I'm going to get the new stuff out of the way first before I get into the thrifted stuff. I only purchased a few new things, and I tend to only purchase newer items if I think they're going to be of benefit to things that I'm doing. And I got some ribbons, so just some different coloured golds that I like to use, especially this one, which is just the thin little kind of like string one. I like them for when you do policy envelope closures and that kind of stuff. And then a nice olive green one. So that was just a couple of ribbons that I picked up. Then I got this garland, mainly because I think this could look nice, especially on the fairy journal that I'm working on, just to add some of this down the edge of a page and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, I will grab that just to have it on hand in case I use it. There might be things that come up. And then I saw, I would not even be able to tell you what channel I saw this on, but I saw someone open this and I went, oh, I like them. And so I got this off Amazon, and they are vintage looking postcards. So let's get it out. That is the packet. I'm sure if you just put into Amazon vintage postcards, that's kind of what will come up. I really want to find, I couldn't find the one that had the Astro Boy in it. Oh, I would love that. But anyway, Astro Boy was my favourite cartoon growing up. So yeah, so it's just a bunch of vintage looking postcards, but even the back looks vintage as well. And these are obviously just of lots of different locations across the world. And I was like, well, I might as well just grab them. And they weren't super expensive. And there's 32 in the pack, and they're all different. And I like some of them have that single pop of colour, which is really nice. I love that. And then we got obviously the Eiffel Tower, single pop of colour. New York Taxi, of course. And we'll just keep going through. I'll just do it quickly just so you can see what they are. We've got all of them. Obviously the red telephone box, very cool. But I thought they were really lovely cards, and would go well in most journals as a little addition. And yeah, so I got them. Did I need them? No. I did order them, like, at the start of January. But I am trying to show restraint. Not that this haul is in any way, shape or form going to show you restraint. But I put things back. So that is the thing. I was very, very good. Like, the girls walked out with, like, clothes and stuff worth more from the thrift shops, from the op shops than I did. Oh, I got another fabric. Trying to find this anywhere. It's like hard as, and I found one bottle of it. I went to so many shops, but I got some of that. And then I Miss Paint a Lot was doing something, and I've got a fair few Timmy paper packs that I'm yet to really use. I don't know why. It's that I've got to, my mantra is use it, not hoard it for this year, but it's a bit hard. But she had this one, and he's stopped making his 12x12s, and it's lost and found. And I loved it, and it's copyright 2010, so it's obviously been around for a while. But they are just, I was like, yep, I need to have that in my life. And then I went on to see if I could find it at a reasonable price. There was some people selling it for a ridiculous price, I'm just saying. But I managed to find a Australian scrapbooking store that had it. So I was like, cool. And so I got it. I even paid the shipping for it. Usually I'll like go up to the free shipping levels and stuff, but I'm like, I don't need anything else. So I showed restraint and just paid the shipping instead of buying a whole lot of other stuff. But yeah, so that was this one. And I'm like, so now I have that. And I'm like, okay, thank you. It can go into my Timmy box, and I probably will, I don't know if I'll ever use it. Alright, let's get on to the stuff from the op shop, from Thrift Shop. These finally made its way down to me. I got these back in October sometime when I went up to see my mum and family up in Townsville, and I went to an antique store that was closing down, and I saw these 2 rolls of very much vintage wallpaper, back in the depths of something. Who knows how long they've been there. There's like, you know, watermarks and a bit of mould marks and all of that on it. But I got these, so I have a whole chunk of wallpaper. Do I need it? No, because I've got heaps of wallpaper, but I got it anyway. Sounds like my thing. Okay, let's do the books. How the Koala Lost His Tail and Other Australian Stories. I don't even know how I ended up where this comes from, but I imagine from somewhere. I didn't obviously pay much for it. It doesn't have a thrift, like a op shop price on it, so I can't remember. This is over the last, you know, month and a bit that I've been getting this, but it's all full of obviously Australian animals and images, and I was like, okay, one of these days I'm going to make that Australian journal. One day. I've got enough Australiana pages to make about 5,000. But anyway, How the Koala Lost His Tail. Men of Might. So I've got this one. And this is, I don't know. But look, this is why I got it. Look at the foxing on this. It's just... so I basically got it because of all of that. And there's a lot of images in there. And just love it. So, yeah. And this would make a fantastic grungy journal cover that, you know, some kind of like Tim Holtz kind of inspired one. But it's amazing. And Hill is one of my family names. So it's like, ooh, I wonder. But yeah, I don't know when it's from. Usually if it doesn't have a copyright date, it's from whoop whoop times ago. So that's what I'm going on, that it was whoop whoop times ago. That's my answer to how old that book is. Then I got this one, which is about animals, but it's one of the Childcraft books. And I had seen people using these, and I was like, ooh, they're pretty. But they have illustrations in there. So they've got some photos, but they also have illustrations. And I was like, okay. And I saw this, it was like, saw it was $1. And I went, all right, I will pick this up. So I got that. I looked, oh, the dragonfly and the bugs. So yeah. So I picked up this one. Crocodile. Wani. So crocodile in Japanese is wani. But yeah. So what's that? Then what else did I get? I was at a garage sale this morning because I was like, I'm not going to any more garage sales, but it was literally around the corner, and I was coming home and I went, I'll just stop in. And they had heaps of these kinds of ones, but I got this one for, it's just all numbers and tables, and it's matte, and I went, cool. So I grabbed that for something like that. Yeah. So I grabbed that one. Then what else did I get? Oh, this was a find the other day. I found this at one of the op shops. It's a 1950s singer sewing book, and I picked it up for like a few dollars. And I was going to just come home and pull it apart, because when you see some of these, I'm like, let's see if I can get to the point. Ooh, look at this. Oh, look at these. Right? And then I thought, I always do, I'll sit there and just check on eBay and Etsy, and I saw what they're going for, and I'm like, maybe I won't pull it apart. So I'll have to think about what I'm going to do with that. I have scanned some of the pages of the images, because it is out of copyright, just. So I have scanned some of them, and it's got some photos in it too, which kind of shows that 1950s vibe. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know whether I'll cut into it or not. And then this one was at the garage sale. I just grabbed it because the paper was nicely aged and it had all of these tables in it. And I was like, cool, just like background fodder. Then 60 camera studies of Australian birds. Again, this was at the Garrow sale. But what I like about these photos is they are those vintage style photos. They're kind of not great, you know, focus. They nearly look like illustrations because of that kind of out of focus and the way that it's printed. And I was like, well, I may as well just get that too. And then when I took all this up to the thing, the lady's like, oh, just $1. And I went, no, I don't feel right paying just $1. So I gave her more. So printed in 1969. And then I got these. So these aren't that old, but these are from my area. But obviously the paper is aged because, you know, they're over 20 years old. Newspaper does that. But it's again just all lots of newspaper clippings of animals and things around our area. And I thought, well, you never know, I might use it for something. But because it's newspaper and it's matte, it makes it a lot easier to utilise in any collages and stuff like that. But look at them. So yeah, so I picked up these guys. And it's always good just to have, you know, some newspaper stuff to work with anyway. So we've got lots of different ones. Oh, Schnell. Nurse sharks, piggy wiggies, crickets, swans, and so forth. So yeah, so they're the books part of what I picked up, and I'm like trying to put it somewhere so it doesn't fall until I get over it. And then I got this. Oh, this is my little, I'm like, found it on Marketplace and in like just out of town, and he had listed this, which was the Times magazine from 1885, and he had that listed for like $10, and I went, yes please. And so I asked him if it was still available. He's like, yep. And I said, do you by chance have anything else like this? And so he went and found some stuff for me. So I'll show you that in a sec. But yeah, so it is the Times magazine. I have scanned bits of it. I haven't scanned it all. It's very difficult to scan the size of these newspapers. And this is the smallest one that I'm going to show you. So I've got the Times magazine from 1885. Then, see, I've got some vintage, not vintage, but some newspaper print paper that I picked up from an op shop. So I was trying to see how it went on that. Then I've got this one, which is the Mercury. From Hobart in 1891. So this is only a couple of pages, but it's huge. So you can see that it's massive and very well worn. I don't care. I can't use it as a whole in any journal anyway, so it's going to get ripped up. But got that. And then this one is the Sydney Morning Herald from 1853. 1853. I know for people that live in Europe and things like that, you're like, yeah, whatever. As an Australian, you know, it was colonised whilst we have a culture that goes back 65,000 plus years, colonisation from England was in 1788. So we don't have a lot of truly antique stuff. So to find anything like this is just like, whew, okay. So I was like, woo, yay, I actually found, like, and to have it be authentic and not reproductions, I was like, yep. So I've got some of that. The bottom are just being cut off it for some reason, but anyway. But plenty there. And so he gave me those two, and then he comes out with these. And he's like, would you be interested in this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so it's in Italian, like, because he goes, I don't even know what it says. And I looked at it and I said, oh, it's Italian. 1811, okay, and it's, so something. I don't read Italian, so I don't speak it, but you can tell it is. So that one, look at it. It's like lovely, and the paper, yum. And then this one here, it's got a watermark on it, so I don't know if you can see like the watermark and the stamp. And I think it was to the Vatican. And this is 1852. So yeah. So 2 lovely little pieces of ephemera. That is like, I feel like, wow, look at me, look what I got. I know it's nothing massive, but I really do want to make a vintage antique journal that is full of truly authentic ephemera at some point. So finding little bits that I can then add to it is great. Alright, let's move on to the next bits. I picked up a box of vanilla folders from the op shop. I don't think it's got all 100 in it, but it's got a good chunk. Do I need them? No, because I'm a teacher. But these ones don't have kids' names on them, so I don't have to be as careful when I'm using them on screen. So I got them. Then I've got I saw this and went, ooh, I could have some fun with this. So I might do a collage-y mixed media thing if you would be interested of this. So it's kind of like, you know, half a little shadow box collage frame, and it was only $3, so I'm like, okay. But if you'd like to see me do something with that, let me know. And if there's a particular theme, I'm always up for ideas. So if you ever sit there and go, oh, maybe you could do this, that'd be good, because I'm trying to do the 100-day project and coming up with ideas that people might want to see. Yes, yeah. Alright, then I got travel stories. I just picked it up. I didn't know what it was because it was sealed. And it's just a bunch of cards to ask while you're travelling. What quirky habits do you have when it comes to travelling? What was the funniest thing to ever happen to you while travelling? So obviously a card game, like, you know, on a trip or something, so you could talk about it. And it's got, obviously, travel stories at the front. And I thought they might make nice journal cards or something like that. So, yeah. Anyone there from overseas is watching this and you're like, I have lots of, like, you know, stuff that's related to your country, and you want to do a swap with a whole lot of Australiana stuff, let me know. Send me an email. The email's down below and we could work something out. Okay, then I got this one. I just liked the box more than anything. It was fully sealed. It was fully wrapped, like factory wrapped. And I'm like, okay. So I couldn't tell what it was, but I'm like, it looks like a letter set. And I turned, you know, you turned over and you got this, and I'm like, well, it looks botanical. So it was like, oh yeah, I'll take it home and see how we go. So it's got some little note cards in there and some envelopes, which is okay. So that was in that one. Then I'm like, oh jeez. And then, you know, the cardboard that makes it stick up more than anything. And then you pop this out, and then this comes out, this little drawer. So the box is just, I'll probably use the box. But it's got even smaller little note cards that are little botanical ones. So I was like, okay. So I got that with some envelopes. So that I did purchase. What else did I get? I got this. I haven't even opened it. Twiddly Bits. It's a photo-friendly premium altered page book. I haven't even opened it. And I was like, oh, well, $2. Let's see, I might be able to do something with it. It can go into the box that I have for ready, you know, to alter or think that I can do stuff with. You know, the gunna that I'm gonna do. It's a thing, I'm gonna do it in about 1,000 years. Now, let's see what's in here. I actually, no idea. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so we've got this. We've got that. Ooh. And then, ooh. Okay. We've got that. And that. And this. And this. It's like it's 2 different things, really. Like, this looks like these belong together. And perhaps with that. And then this is something different, because it's got different holes in it. So I don't know, but it might get used for something. Like that would make a great journal cover of some sort. Does start, and then this could be a number of things. Could do something with that. A sideways journal, something, because that fits over that. So there is a chance. Well, there you go. 2 for. There was a 2 for 1. Well, 2 for $2 really. But yeah. So. Got that. Alright, what else did we get? We got this one. Again, this was sealed, had no idea what was in it. but it is blue papers. Oh, look. Ooh. Oh. Mm. And it's had baby powder put in it. You know when you used to send it with powder to make it smell nice? But so we've got a whole bunch of blue papers and blue envelopes. Blue da ba dee ba ba da ba. So that's that. And now I'm like, I want to know what this says. Oh, no. Oh, it is. It's this special powder sachet gives your stationery the delightful unspoken fragrance. Oh, so it's a thing in there to keep your paper smelling nice. That's really cool. There you go. I haven't seen that pop up in any of my ones that I've bought. But I got that. Alright. Getting things out of the way. I got tracing paper. Because look at it, it's already aged on the edge, and I've printed on to this some of that Times newspaper and things like that. And so you've got automatic vellum. If anyone wasn't aware that you could do that, especially with a laser printer. Inkjet takes a lot longer to dry, but I've got a laser printer at work. And so I printed onto this, and it's an automatic vellum sheet, which is cool. But it's already aged and it looks more, and I'm like, cool, so I grabbed that. Alright, then I picked this up. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's a paper edge tear edger, but it's scalloped edges. And I mean, it's a Friscars, and I got it for 20 cents. So I'm like, well, for 20 cents, why not? But let's see how it goes. It's like, which scrap paper do I want to use? I don't want to use any scrap paper because, you know, it's all precious. Hold on. Let me get a random book page and see what happens. Alright. Let's see. We've got a book page. Let's see how it goes. Not too bad. It's a nice scalloped edge. I wonder how the bigger one goes. Alright, let's have a look. Pretty good. 20 cents. Not too bad. So I picked them up. Alright, you can go back into the scrap paper drawer. So, little Friscars tear ruler that can go in with my bunch of other rulers straight away, out of my way, and we're done. Okay. Picked up a bunch of CD envelopes. So I've got a whole palopalops of them. I think it says that there's supposed to be 100 in here. I don't know how full it is. Actually, it looks pretty much full. So, close to 100, if not 100, are in there. Good fun. Then I picked up this little bag, which has got some embellishments in it. So we've got some metal corner embellishments. So these were these ones. And then it also had in it some of these triangle corner embellishments. And I'm like, cool. So finding metal embellishments like that for $1, I'm like, that was like, okay, I don't need you, but I have you. And then this one here too, which is some raised embossed stickers, I'd imagine. So yeah, and they're already gilded look. I missed this in the new thing. I always go into my local news agency, and they tend to, if things like these packs, you know, those magazines and stuff don't sell, they will reduce just the price of the edition. So this one is Angels of Wisdom, daily messages to guide and inspire you. The Angel of Destiny, the Angel, different angels. Angel of Spirit, Angel of Dreams. And then on the back, it will have little affirmations and so forth on there. So I always pick them up. This one's a round one. I've had hexagonal ones, and they're all a bit different, so they're things that could get utilised into journal. So I'm saying, I got a lot of stuff, so talk to me. We can swap stuff. That'd be great. Alright. Here we go. And then And then this happened. I was on Marketplace and this lady was like, oh, $50 for die cut sheets. And yeah, so this is then what happened. So I went and got them, and they're just all of these die cut sheets. Now there's the original in the front, and what she has done is photocopied them in the back. Like when I first opened it, I'm like, I hope I just didn't pay $50 for photocopied stuff, because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I get it, but I'm like, to sell it for $50 if it was photocopied, I'd be not okay with. But the original is the front. So once I realised that, I was much happier, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair enough. So so we've got it's the never-ending story of die cuts for days. I mean, I like to fussy cut, but I think I'd be here for 5,000 years. So if there's anything you see and you're like, oh, again, just let me know. Like, oh, fairies, and I'll have to add that to my little fairy journal. But it just keeps. Oh, and this one, angels. Oh, lovely. And keeps going. So you see, this is a photocopy, because it's off a metallic sheet. And I'm like, but I was not too sure until I realised that most of them have the originals at the front, and the original of that teddy bear one is in the book as well. And I'm like, okay, because I'm like, I paid for, see, this is like metallic, and they photocopied it, so you lose that metallic sheen. And there's that teddy bear one. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about the photocopying thing, but I have so much of this that it's not funny. Oh my gosh, how many of these boys do I need on a skateboard? Like, my lordy. Alright, so I got that's that page. That book, the folder, you know, that word. Alright, let's get into this one. Okay, we've got butterflies, flowers and butterflies. Flowers and butterflies. Flowers and butterflies. Flowers. Like, and these are layering ones, which is kind of cool. Like, there's a lot of these layering element ones for collage and 3D-ness. And yeah, it just keeps going. And this one, oh, shiny. And going, and going, and going, and going, and going, and going, oh, and going, and going, and going. Then we get into the, like, oriental stuff, so you could imagine I'm just, like, salivating now of, like, all of this oriental things. I'm like, oh, it just keeps going, and it keeps going. And it keeps going. Oh, wait, I missed a bit. And it keeps going. Are you bored yet? Keep going. And going along we go. Some more. Again, layering elements. Shinies. Pretty. Oh, and this is what? The poppies. Okay. Keep going. And it keeps going. And it keeps going. And more and more. Along we go. It's like the never-ending folder. Da 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 da. But you can see why for $50 I was like, ah yeah. So ah yeah, I did. I got that. And then the next folder, because we got another one. There was 3. Here we go. These ones. This is wedding-y ones. Wedding is a word in my vocabulary, by the way. And there we go. These are gorgeous. On we go. And on we go. And then there's instructions for how these all layer together and backgrounds to use with them. And it's like, oh my gosh. And keep going. And then more oriental. And it's all again about the matching and layering of it. So the instructions are all there, and then all of these cutouts are there. So you just keep going and going and going and then going. And instructions. And then I think they're the photocopies. And then the stickers that match. Look at these. So these are all like stickers that go on it to embellish it and so forth. And I'm like, oh. So yeah. So that was a good find. And I'm like, I can't not. Do I need it? No. Just like no. Ongoing saga here. Alright, let's see if I can get these out without a tower collapsing. We're going to get onto the fabrics and the ribbons and the laces. So that lady that I bought all of those die cuts on also had a box of ribbons. And so I said how much for both, and you know, got a little bit off it. But this has got a whole lot of different things. It's got little rick-racks and... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. My dog and landed on my dog. Sorry, Casper, that's what you get for sitting there. Rick-racks, other little ribbons, some cords, some laces, and she's like so tidy with it. And then even extra cards. So that was all there. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the tidiness of it. Little bits of that. So I picked that one up as well. Then we get on to other things. I've got a bag of beads for $3, which is a good price here. Usually you wouldn't get it for that, but it's got a whole lot of charms on it. So we've got heart charms. Let's see if we can get into it. Get into it without tearing the bag open. Probably not, because it's me. That bit. Oh, look at that. I actually managed to do it. Oh, look. Oh, they're already layered on some. Oh, sorry. I hadn't even opened it, as you can see. But they've already been put onto, into little tassel bits. Oh, instant dangles. Sorry, I just got way more excited now. Look at this. And they go for days. I did not know that. I thought they were all loose beads. Someone has sat there and put all of these together. Like, oh my gosh. It's crazy. I appreciate your time, because I don't have to do it now. But look at it. Straight up. Just a dangle, ready to go. Like that. Or you could have it that way, depending on where you hang it from. So you could sit there and have it like that and have it hanging. Oh, I'm a little excited. Wow. Okay. So I have 1,000 of them. So cool. Wendy, if you're watching this and you want some of these, let me know. And then this I saw, and someone sat there again. Someone else has sat there and done all of the work. Has seed beaded all of these little floral appliques. And I'm like, okay, cool. So these have all been done. And then they've made all of these petals. So I've got all of these petals. Because I ain't going to sit here and do this, I can tell you that. But, so all of these petals done, and then a whole bunch of seed beads. Wasn't too interested in the seed beads, but I've got, like, clear seed beads for days now. And pearls, but, yeah. I was like, cool. Look at that. Then I got 5 hankies for 50 cents. They're just some lace-edged hankies. Oh, has only one got a... Oh, ripped. Only one's got an embroidery on it. But it's still cool. So lace-edged hankies. Done. Thank you very much, Lee. I grabbed this one, mainly because how pretty is she? And then this is the other edge of it, so it's just a table runner, but I just loved that little image there. I think, what, $1.50. There you go. A bunch of lace, because it was like $1, and it's kind of shiny lace. It's always good for pockets and edging and stuff like that. Yeah, so pick that up. This was $2, and it's just a bunch of trim, but sparkly. So we've got edge trim with little sequins and things on it. Heaps of that. Lots and lots of it. Am I ever going to use it all? No. Then this one, I liked this one. I saw this and I went, yeah, I've got to get it. Do I need it? No. But they're all individual crocheted squares, so you can just snip it off, and you've got a little tuck spot, little pocket straight up. So yeah, so grab that one. And then a whole bunch of lace. I did, actually, I'll go get it and I'll show you what I picked up. And I was getting it for embellishment, because the thing said junk jewellery. And when I got it, it certainly wasn't that. Oh my gosh, there's so much of that. But we've got some purple edge lace there. And lots of it. There you go. And then I got this at the garage sale. It's good quality, obviously, quilting material. It needs a really good wash, but I got it because I thought Georgia likes this kind of style and she might make something out of it, and if not, I'll do something with it, but there's heaps there. I'm just going to pause you and I'm going to go get this jewellery so you can see. Okay, so I've got it. Georgia's already raided some of it, so the other things were full of stuff too, but she's already raided it. So I went and got this one, the acrylic tray, like good stuffed acrylic tray, $5 for this. And I get it, none of this is junk. It's like everything is still together. I was expecting, you know, broken bits of jewellery and so forth. But all of this is still beautifully done. And I'm like, okay, I felt so bad paying that price. I wanted to go back and give her more. I was like, So we've got this one. Some of this I would wear, like this totally is me. All of these bangles. We've got this. We've got this. All of these. And there was a whole bunch of little earrings in there. And this ring. I got this ring. I've already put it on. I pilfered it before Georgia saw it, because otherwise she would have taken it. But I've got these earrings, these ones, and there was others. And I'm like, okay, what can I say? Thank you. So that was what was intended. I just thought was just beads and broken bits, and it's not. So yeah, so that was my last little find. I'm going to leave that there while I say goodbye. Listen, that's probably it. There might be other bits and pieces of stuff, but that's... Oh, no, I did. I've got some patterns. Hold on. Whoa. Oh. The books are determined to keep falling. Okay. So, I also got this at the newsagents. They're just quilt labels, and they're $1. And I went, oh, I don't know what it is, but for $1 I'll bring it home. But they are just material labels. If I coffee dye them, they'd be cute. Cute little things. So my next design team project for Amanda at Create Scrimping Mummy is going to be Victorian seamstress inspired. So I picked up, oh no, I've got more patterns now. Where are the rest of the patterns? I picked up these patterns, and then I did pick up, I don't know where they are. They'll probably be, hold on. Got it. I got it. Yeah. Those ones, and then I picked up some kids ones and a dolls one. Just because like they'll be smaller pattern pieces, so it'll look cooler to add to clusters and collage and so forth. And yeah, and those for the images. So I picked them up, and then I did order some cheesecloth. It's finding cheesecloth here, like, you know, nice, like, open weave cheesecloth is really hard. You can find muslin and stuff like that, but getting an actual cheesecloth. So I ordered this off Amazon. So I got myself some cheesecloth. So there we go. So yeah. So now I've got that as well. Okay, now I think that's it. Probably not. But we're going to say yay. We're done. Oh no, we're not done. Are you still with me? Okay. Where's the box? Okay, right. Angie made some orders, and so she gets stuff that we can use together in our different craft rooms and things. And she made some orders, and she usually buys twos of things, one for her and one for me. So I've got this wax carver set of 12 stainless steel, and I know she's got that one for herself, but also I keep going on about losing my hooky tool. Like, you know, my hooky tool broke, so I've only got the one hook, not the second hook now. So like, yay! So I've got all of these bits now. I'm like, yay! That's cool. So that did arrive, and then she made some AliExpress and Tapology orders. And so these ones are from Ali, which are all little different tags. So this one is museum piece, and they're all just different tags of different places in the world. So I got that. And then, let's see if we can put that back on. It actually went back on decently. Look at that, look at me go. See this stuff, man. This is why I'm overwhelmed. A fairy tale, which is great because that'll just help straight away in my fairy journal. So a whole bunch of different fairy related ones. If you want these flipped through properly, let me know. But I'm up to 42 minutes, and I like watching long thrift hauls, but you know, I know a lot of other people don't. But yeah, so there's that, which is why I only like filming them, because I like to watch the long ones. I only film them at different, like after I get a collection together, because I'm not doing like a short one every week, because that's, nah, it's not me. And then we've got botanical ones, so leaves of green, and the other one was butterflies and flowers, and I'm like, ah, yeah, cool. And then some washi tapes, which is nice. Don't know which name it is, but yeah, so very botanical and dragonflies and all that kind of stuff. Love it. And then Tapology. So got some baggage tags. So this one here. Then a lot of handmade papers. Angie makes like hand-bound art journals and things like that. So a whole bunch of handmade papers there. Mind you, she needs to be making her. She's got all the stuff down there to make her own handmade papers. That's what she needs to do. That'd be better. I'd much prefer that to use up all the scrap paper I have, because I collect it all. And then I was only thinking the other day, I want some rub-ons just to add to things. She must read my mind, because she got a whole bunch of rub-ons, and there's 3 sheets in each one. So this one is all butterflies. So there's blue, and then so we've got blue, natural, and birds with a bit more butterflies. I'm like, cool. So them ones, and then these ones are, and these are from Cheese Rabbit Studio, if you wanted to know. These are all travel related ones. So we've got stamps, postage related, I mean, not travel. Stamps, and then some watermarks and some cancelled marks and so forth. Thanks, that. There's that one. And then this one looks mostly kind of like field notey. So we've got this one, and then these ones, and there's definitions there of things like vellum, ledger. I haven't got my glasses on. Mulberry, newspaper. So some little definitions. But, so this is very much more a vintage kind of thing, and then just silhouette style. So yeah, I was like, yay! So exciting. So, listen, I'm done. We're up to 45 minutes, that's enough. Gotta leave it there. Thanks. If you've made it all the way down, leave a comment down below saying, I made it, yeah! Thank you for staying with me. I'm gonna go. As always, remember, be kind, be strong, be alert, and I'll see you later. Bye!